Hey guys, it's Cam with Nefarious Customs. Today I'm working out of the home office, so I thought I'd show you how I set up my garage and some of the projects I've got going on at the house. So let's go take a look. So welcome to the home garage, or my shop at home. Starting here, this is Rebecca's Jaguar XKE replica. We swapped in a V6 Vortec motor and did a 5-speed manual conversion. Just waiting on a little fuel injection spiderweb harness so I can get this thing running the way it should, and then we can go test drive this thing. This is her 911. I bought her last year for a bump present when she was pregnant with our second kid. And then this is a 1910 Hupmobile. It's one of like 1,800 Hupmobiles that were made in 1910, but this particular car is kind of rare because we've never seen one exactly like it as far as the way the body's configured. It was her great-grandfather's first car when he was in his 20s. He sold it, later found it rotting in the field, restored it, and the last time it's run is like 97. So one day I'll get this thing running, but finding someone that knows enough about these old cars has been a challenge since there were so few made, and this is so old school. It's one of those motors where you actually put a little bit of fuel in each one of the priming cups before you crank it over from the front, and then there's a whole magneto on the steering column that you've got to adjust. I don't know why this car is right-hand drive when it was made in the United States, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully it still runs okay. It got put up when it was starting to leak a bunch of oil. And this car is so old school, the rings on the pistons were made out of leather. So I'm sure they're so cracked right now, it may not even have compression. But, well, that's a battle for another day. Got tubing bender, my metal fab table and welders set up over here. Which brings me to this ridiculous car. I picked up this 98 Boxster for nothing. The ridiculous story about it was a guy's girlfriend found out he had a wife. She let loose on it with a hammer and destroyed the windshield, dented the hood, threw the keys away, ripped up paperwork and whatnot. So I was able to get this from a guy that was parting it out and paid $1,000 for it. So it didn't have a key. We're just about to swap in a new computer, immobilizer, and key, and see if this thing will run. So that's what I'm working on today. The first key and immobilizer I got sent, I didn't realize you had to have the matching ECU. The second 3-part package did not work just because one of the components was bad. I had the guy that mailed it to me try it on his own personal car, and he realized that one of the 3 didn't work. So he just sent me another bunch of parts, and here we have them right here in this. The mobilizer, computer, and the key that has a computer chip in it. So let's see if we can get to swapping these out and see if this $1,000 Porsche runs. You know, the plans are, at first I thought, man, I'm going to track this thing. And then I just reminded myself how much I really hate asphalt. So a good friend of mine, Texas Dave, he owns Rally Ready Driving School in Austin. he told me, hey man, me and Bucky Lassick are going to go rally racing this year. So if you get that thing running, why don't you come rallycross with me? So right now, that's kind of the tentative plan. Let's see how this thing runs. And if it's okay, then we're going to build a beater rallycross car out of a Porsche Boxster. Stay tuned. So for some reason, your Porsche rear trunk release brakes, if you can disassemble the rear bumper externally, there's this one access vent right here, and you can take this one cable and pull it, and that will release the rear hatch for you. I'm probably going to just cut this cable and make some kind of an access outside of the car so we can just pull it a lot easier. This is where the new computer is going to go, so I'll just bolt that up real quick. Okay, so I've got the computer immobilizer swapped in. Just got the key fob swapped out as well. So let's fire this thing up and see if it'll crank over. Oh, at least it shows I've got gas on the dashboard now. Cycle this up a couple times. Sounds pretty damn good for a car that's been sitting for 2 years unloved. Like a residual dirt and soot burning off, but to be expected. And I'm stoked. Can't wait to drive this thing. So, it's the next day. I got the car running, tried to take it out for a test drive, and it feels like the brakes are locking up, or holding to, and it's not just the rust, on the rotors from it sitting a while. I'm having a hard time actually driving the car forward or reverse, like the e-brake was on, even though the e-brake was off. And then as soon as I shut the car off, the car will roll freely. So there's definitely something going on with the brakes. There's like a million things it could be on a Porsche. So I've got it on the lift. I'm gonna pull all the tires, wheels off after I get the old wheel locks off, and we're just gonna do a complete fluid flush first, and hopefully that'll get us somewhere in the right direction, so we can go drive this thing. All right, so I just bled all the brakes. I will spare you from watching me bleed brakes. Took it outside in the driveway. Seems like everything's working right, and the brakes aren't sticking anymore. So, of course, it's raining, but I'm gonna put the top up, go for a little drive around the block, and see how this thing handles and what else I have to look forward to fixing. So I'll be right back. I've got probably $1,700 in this car, plus the computer key. Runs, drives, handles, awesome. I need to figure out what's going on with the pedal and why it's not coming back up after you hit the brakes. That might have been my drag problem all along. The car stopped, so
I'll probably see if there's a spring missing. If not, maybe I'll just put a new master cylinder on it. And then we'll buy a hardtop, a windshield, build a roll cage, front bumper, maybe do something about the nasty hood. And, we'll just go beat the balls off this thing. Can't wait. It's going to be fun building a rally Porsche, and we'll probably do it dual purpose so I could take it to the track if I wanted to. But again, I'm much more comfortable in the dirt. So if you like what you see, please remember to like, follow, share, and stay tuned for a very low buck rally Porsche build up on this 1998 Boxster. Thanks.